Hello everyone! So this is kind of showing some of my process. Someone asked me to show how I color in my eyes because I think you like how I do it, so thank you. uh, and also this is what I sound like. Sorry. Okay, so I'm just gonna get right into it. This is normally what I use to draw. It's called Shaky. It's free. Just go on the Chrome store, click and collect. I'm so sorry. Type in Shaky and you should get it. So yeah, I'm just gonna get right into it. So first what you'll see is I have the line work for the eyes, and you'll see it's not black because I do normally use black line art, but for the eyes I normally color it just to kind of make it look softer, or try and differentiate it from the black line art so it all just doesn't meld together. Sometimes it works in my favor, sometimes it doesn't, but I just continue using it because I like it. You also see that in the liner I have two different colors. So I have a lighter blue or dark blue, and then I have a lot darker one. This is kind of to I don't know, give a bit more interest to the line art, kind of maybe push it a bit more towards the black line art so it's not just completely different. And then you'll see I have these little dots. And that is by selecting my eye color, which is kind of just my sketch color that I have for the eye, make it lighter. I just put in the two dots, and then I set it to the layer to overlay, and then change the opacity to whatever I see best. So in my sketch, this is just my messy sketch, you'll see I have included where the eye is looking. I normally do this just so then I have a plan on where the eye is looking. I can see if it's looking good or anything like that. So let me put the opacity down. Wait, grab the eye color, put the opacity down. Now I'm going to create a layer underneath the line layer, but above the sketch layer. And then I just... Sorry, I'm really nervous when I'm recording. So I just color in the eye shape. See if that's looking good. And when it is, so now what I normally do is, so I'll lock the layer. So basically, I now can't draw outside of the iris shape. And, oh, wait, nope. I'm sorry, I forgot to do something. Which is the sclera, which is just your whites of your eyes. And I really like to do a really light blue so that it's not completely white. So then my white highlights kind of pop. They don't just blend in with the sclera. Okay, now that that's done, back to the eye. So I take my iris color and I make it darker. Then again, I lock the layer and I just color a bit on the top, and then I do a gradient just to kind of give it more interest, bit of depth. And then I take that same color I did the gradient with, and then I just outline the edge to kind of define it a bit more. And then I just add a couple of little lines, kind of be like an implied gradient. I normally didn't do the gradient that I started with, but I recently started doing it and I liked it. And then what I do, I go back to the iris color and I make it lighter, and then I just do a little bit at the bottom. So then we have a bit of highlight with our shadow. And then now I'm going to do the pupil, and I, for the pupil, normally use the two colors that I used in the line work. So I normally do this on a separate layer so then it doesn't interrupt with what I did with the iris. So I just do the first layer, and I use both because if you look, it's kind of melding with the lines. So I use the dark color to kind of differentiate that and make them different. Now I will just merge those when I'm happy. And now I'm going to be using blend modes to kind of give it a bit more depth. The two that I use, they're very common. I'm pretty sure every single digital network app or whatever, if they have blend modes, you have these two, and those are multiply and overlay. So for this, I'm going to copy my layer that has the whole entire eye, and then I'm going to take the lightest color in the pupil and then color all of that in. Now, I did not lose all of the work I just did because it's a copy layer. This is just so then I don't go outside the lines and I can do the multiply layer. So now I take my eraser, put down the opacity, and then just erase from the bottom and kind of create a soft little gradient. But I only leave it at the top because that's where your eyelid is. So that's where you're going to have shadow. Now, when I'm happy with like the amount of gradient and all that, I now make the layer multiply, and I put down the opacity to whatever I like. I just kind of feel it out. That's good. And now I normally merge it down. With the program that I use, a bit of a flaw with it is that you can only have 8 layers. You can't have any more, which is kind of sad. But it normally works out fine. So now I'm going to copy it again. I'm going to take that layer color it all in again. Now I'm going to take my eraser again, but make it hard and erase only near the bottom. Now I'm going to make my eraser at a lower opacity again and erase again, but leave this edge hard, but this is soft. Now I'm going to make that layer an overlay layer. Sorry. And then again, I just change the opacity to what I see, what looks nice to me. Merge that down. And now the final thing that I do, I sometimes do this, sometimes not. If my image is big enough to where I feel I can fit that detail in, I'll do it. So I make another layer. It's not a copy of the eye layer, just another layer. Set this one to overlay again, keeping with the same like light eye layer color. Sorry. I take that. I just draw 2 little highlight reflection. I don't know what they necessarily are. I just think it's pretty. And again, change the opacity. Get rid of my sketch. And that's it. Oh, wait. How could we forget? How could I possibly forget those lovely eye shines? So you can see with my sclera being a very light blue, you can still see the edge of the highlight. And then my other highlight, I normally put inside the eye. I could do sometimes different shapes. Like sometimes I'll do a heart. Normally it's just that, either a tiny dot or a heart. Keep it with a tiny dot. And yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope this was maybe informative. I'm not really good at explaining, and I thought that doing a type of video with audio would work better than a still image with me writing, because I thought I'd be able to explain it better. Yeah, so that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed. Bye.